Okay. So today um I'm drinking a Coke. I never do that shit. I never do that shit. Today is the day though. I woke up and I was like, ah, like I just got up and went out, started walking around, and I just am so fucked. I just couldn't be like I was in a panic. I was in a state of panic. The second I woke up, I was like, get up, get out, get up, get out. You gotta go. I don't know. You need to interact with people. You can't interact with people inside of this room. So get up and get out. And I did, but um it wasn't going good because I'm like going to all sorts of different places, like breakfast places, and I'm spending money there. But then I'm like, like I'm panicking there, and then I leave because I'm panicking. So it's like, I mean, I have to be out and like in the world, but at the same time, I'm just spending money and then not getting anything out of it. And then I went for a really long walk. I just sort of walked very randomly, and I ended up along going along a river. There's like this really long straight stretch of river, and then as I was walking down that river, I was like, fucking sweet. This is awesome. And it was like sunny. It hasn't been sunny at all for a while, but it was like the sun was shining on me, and I was on the river, and it was just a really nice, relaxed walk. Like a lot of the places here don't have good sidewalks. It's just constantly there's like scooters buzzing by you, but 1 inch away, and then like there's a car parked right in front of you. You got to walk around the car, and there's stray dogs, and but this was just a long, wonderful sidewalk, super quiet. And then at one point, I walked by a coffee shop. I walked straight past this coffee shop. There's like nothing out there. Okay, like this isn't like the streets lined with like shops. There's nothing, and then there's just like fields. There's literally fields of like growing. I don't know what they're growing, but they're growing crops. And then there was just a house. Uh, and then I looked at the house, and then it was like the house said it's like a coffee it said the coffee on it, and I was like, that just looks like a house. That doesn't look like a coffee shop. Like, is it really a house? Uh, and so I walked right past it. But then I was like, you know what? I do need to go to the bathroom. So let's just go see if I can go to the bathroom. So I walk up in there, and this woman that runs the place is possibly the most lovely woman I've ever come into contact with. Like, because I'm having a panic attack, but then I'm calming down, and like it's like I walked to heaven. It was just like, and then she was like, "What do you want to eat?" And I was like, like I pulled out my money, and I was like, "Let me see what if I have enough." And she's like, "You know what? You don't have to pay." I was like, "Oh my god, that's so nice." It turns out she's from mainland. She's from Fujian. So that immediately put me at ease. Uh, cause, and I think cause it's just, fuck. I really want to say that I get along better with Taiwanese people than I do with mainland Chinese people. I would love for that to be true. But the fact is that Taiwanese just kind of sit there and don't say anything. Like, and oh, am I supposed to sit there and say nothing too? Is it my job to carry the whole conversation? Do they not like me? Am I supposed to leave? I don't know. I'm freaking out. I can't. I don't know what the deal is. But mainland Chinese are more. They have more personality. They have a lot more personality. Again, this is not a political thing. And I'll be honest, and I got into a political thing with the taxi driver on the way home, where I give him like I give him like a whole like political lecture, and he at the end of the ride, he was like, he said something to me along the lines of like, "That was awesome. I feel like we were in the car for only 30 seconds because like you were saying interesting things." I swear to God, I know it sounds like he was like bullshitting me, but I swear to God, he was like really enjoying hearing me talk. It was as if, he like turned on the talk radio and he turned into like a commentator that he really likes or something. That's the way I felt like he was reacting to what I was saying. So, which makes me think maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is that. Like, I just need to like take the lead when I'm talking with Taiwanese people. But, and what I was saying to him was like about how like mainlanders criticize Taiwan and they criticize America. Like they criticize Taiwan about there being an argument in the parliament. And they're criticizing America about the Jeffrey Epstein files. But like in China, they just had a guy disappear, the leading, uh, and then Zhang Yosha disappeared. And then the Jeffrey Epstein files, that happens all the time in China. These things happen, but they're not gonna let it out. There's not gonna be a public discussion about any of this shit. Um, and he was like, "You're so right. Oh my God, that's so true." He was loving it. Like he really was, because every time I made a point, he'd be like, "Yeah, that's right." It wasn't just sitting there like, "Yeah, oh, it's just not gonna be over." Anyway, so this lady was just so lovely. And she was so proud that her daughter went to Taiwan University. And which makes me think like she's proud of being a good mother, which makes me think she's a wonderful person. And I told her that I don't really take care of my daughter anymore, and she said like that's terrible because the kid needs both of the parents in their life. And I was like, you're right, you're 100% right. It is terrible. I'm glad you think that way. Well, my ex-wife is a fucking idiot. But so first I mean she just gave me a free thing of hot pot, and it's all fresh, locally grown organic vegetables. And she's a Buddhist, so it's all vegetables. And then um she gave me a book, a Buddhist book, which I started to read while I was there. I started to read, and I was asking her about the things in it, and asking for her opinion on it. But some of it went well. The only bad part of the conversation that was like kind of on and off again for hours, and I needed it. I needed to talk to somebody so badly, And she was hot. She was sexy and beautiful and amazing. I never did ask. I wouldn't ask her. I was gonna ask her like about her husband. Like, are you guys divorced? Is he not, or is he around or something? Like, because I didn't want to feel the disappointment if she was like, yeah, he's like, he lives here. He's gonna be home in 2 minutes. But when I told her about my business, and also the other thing is like, I was like panicking, and it's like I need to talk to somebody. But then once we talked for like a few minutes, I was like, okay, that's enough. I gotta get back to work. But what was I saying? Yeah, when I told her about my business, and then she was like, it's like whatever it was that I told her, she's like, yeah, we already have that. Which is like, okay, first of all, the reason I said something that you already have is because I was trying to say things that you would understand. I could say some shit that you don't understand. What good would that do? You're not gonna understand it. So it's like that, and secondly, it's like, yeah, it doesn't fucking matter that you already have it. But people already have hot pot, but you opened a hot pot restaurant, didn't you? And why? So like the fact that people already have it doesn't mean it's not a viable business. It means that it's a, but like it just once I said it, and then she said that, and then I didn't say these like, I was just like, fuck, why did I just knew it that just, I mean, I just fucking hate telling people about my business because they never know what the fuck they never understand what I'm talking about. And it's sort of like, you have to talk to people about your business because you have to talk to people about your business, because like, how else can you have any chance of finding part? She's literally like, she was like, what's your business? Maybe can I, she's like, can I, this is how the conversation started. That topic started. She was like, can I invest in your business? That's how it started. So it's sort of like, well, what are you gonna do? Not tell her about your business? This is a potential opportunity here. But then yeah. So like, for example, your place, like people could, because the people, only other customers that came in while I was there, her first thing she said to them was like, okay, like right now it's okay, but usually you have to book a table before you come. And I was kind of like, why would you make people feel like they had done something wrong the very first second that they walk in? But just um so I was like, okay, well, so for example, for your business, like I can make it so that people will be able to book, they can like book through the chat bot, they can book a table. But also if they want to ask any questions about like your hours, what are they can ask? And she's like, yeah, we already have that. And then she was explaining it to me, and it sounds like they have like buttons. They don't have actual chatbot. But I was just like, fuck it. Okay, you know what? If I say something and then you're like, we already have that, it's like it's game over. Just there's no coming back from that. Just fucking, because then the only thing I can do is start saying things that she doesn't have. And if I say things she doesn't have, she's not going to understand what it is. And the only way to overcome this is to make a sample for her. I have to get people to use the sample. That's really what it comes down to. But usually when I make people use the sample, that doesn't accomplish anything either. But at least it's better than them not understanding what I'm saying to them. I'd rather them not understand a sample than a demo, than to not understand some words that I'm saying. So, so I was just like, fuck, I should have just not. I mean, this was so nice. Like I needed it so bad, just the relaxation. And she's just being gorgeous and lovely and amazing in every way, and telling me about compassion and benevolence, and like being a good person or something. Like she's like kind of like seems like she's trying to convert me to Buddhism, uh, which is great. Which was like exact, and she had this music, the very very calming music playing, the whole time. And so I was just like, oh, like you were sent from heaven. Like I so badly needed this. And I was kind of, as I was walking away, I was like, should I have made a move on her at some point? I don't know. At least I have to ask that question. I feel like when I was younger, I would have for sure. Is that because I was just a irredeemable perv when I was younger, or was I just a normal guy when I was younger and now I'm fucked up? Or is it just more okay to do that when you're younger? And when you're an old, ugly, bald dude, it's not okay anymore. You have to be sure that somebody is interested in you before you move. I don't know. But I do know this, that I have been playing it cool. I always play it cool. And I have accomplished nothing by playing it cool. That is for fucking sure. So, but then it started raining, and then she wanted to close. So I took a taxi home, and so I kind of fucked the whole thing up because, well, yeah, the taxi driver, it was good talk that I had with the taxi driver, but then Like it was 300 NT, which is like fuck. I live on 300 NT. It's like for like 5 days. I can if I'm like in low flow mode. So that's a lot for one fucking taxi ride from a place that I walked to. I feel like like as a percentage of the monthly rent, it'd be like in the U.S. taking like a $40 taxi home, which for a lot of people in a lot of places wouldn't seem like that much. But I mean, for me, anywhere that I walked to, I'd take a $10 Uber home, which is how much this was. This was $10, but the $10 here feels like a lot more. So, anyways, so that was good. I mean, it was all good. It was fine, and I like kind of just went to sleep. I came home and I went to sleep, and I thought I would sleep like all night. Uh, and I like turned on the TV channel of her Buddhist organization, and I was like, I think I'm just going to become a Buddhist. Honestly, that might be a good idea. That might be a good idea for me, just to like. That might be a good idea for me. No fucking joke. Because I mean, just like because I was talking with I wouldn't even be thinking about this if it weren't for the fact that I was talking with the Mormons the other day, and we were like sort of going back and forth about like my reasons for becoming a Mormon. Because again, like it's not like they were posing. Like I do feel like I would, if I was a Mormon, I would be a better person. My life would be better. So why not? But it's like I don't want to force a set of beliefs that I don't have, or like be around people and feel like a sense of like I'm faking who I am or faking what my beliefs are, or alternatively, I'm not faking it, but I'm rubbing them the wrong way because I'm telling them things like, yeah, I don't really think Jesus, I don't know about this atonement shit. I don't know what you're talking about. This is not, it doesn't make logical sense to me. Let's break it down a couple more times. Like one of the, anyways. So, but first of all, the thing I was reading about from the Buddha thing, it seems like this is just our philosophy, like the way they're presenting it. Like this is our philosophy, and like it's sort of like self-evident. Like I don't know, you could. It's sort of like if you want to be like a kind spirit, then you be kind to people. That's sort of the thing. It was. It's like and I feel like if there's any organization to this, which there must be, then they must get together and meet each other, and it's all in Chinese, which is great for me because sometimes if the thing is, I mean, I think the Mormon stuff would all be in Chinese. Not really, no. But like because sometimes in the event that I'm like, okay, yeah, with the like the let's be kind or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, but it's still like another. It's a practicing Chinese about a set of vocabulary that I've never. So sometimes I can sustain my interest, even if I'm otherwise would have lost interest. And it's a great way. It would be like a good way to meet people. And in the event that I'm panicking because I feel like this is a waste of time. First of all, they do a lot of volunteer work. So I don't think I would be panicking when there's just something to do. I'm happy to fucking do it. That I can physically direct my nervous energy towards a task, which is a useful task, then I'm good. But if I can't do that, then I'm just sitting there sometimes. And okay, but even if that's not what's going on, even if it's not I was also thinking about stand up a lot today. I almost forgot about that. But if I'm panicking, then the thing is like it's Buddhism. It's like the one. It's like okay, like center yourself and be in the moment and all that. So it's like okay, even if it like logically doesn't like confirm for me that my future is going to be okay, which is the cause of the panic, is the sense that my future is not going to be okay. At least I'll be able to control that in the moment. But yeah, the stand up was also another thing where it's like Like I saw there's 2 times today that, there's actually, like, the 2 American girls at the breakfast spot. Um, and at one point, Donald Trump was on TV, and he said something, and she looked at me, and then we both started cracking up at the same time because the thing he said was hilarious, and it was just one of those things that it was like, it doesn't matter if you hate him or you love him. That was just you weren't expecting him to say that. It was fucking funny. But anyways, um, it's funny because I assume what was going on is we were both laughing, and she was laughing, thinking, "What a clown," and I was laughing, thinking, "What a god." But at the same time, it was like both of us truly thought it was a funny situation that he was saying that about the Supreme Court justices being a disgrace to their family and the Constitution and all this. Anyway, so we lock eyes and then we both crack up laughing. Um, I'm pretty sure by any social etiquette, you are allowed to talk to this person going forward. I didn't say a fucking word to her after that. I just acted as if it didn't happen, and then I went back to my thing, and she went back to her friend, and you know, and and she was hot. Of the two, there was one of them was hot, but even if it was the not so hot one, like that's so fucking stupid. Have a fucking conversation with somebody, like especially you're an American, you happen to run into another American while the end, you happen to lock eyes and have a laugh together. You fucking get to know them. And then also, yeah, and then there's just this the sexiest woman I've ever seen was just walking down the street, and I was walking right next to her, just like not intentionally, but it was just we were like step for a long ass ways, and it's just like, see, the thing is like in these situations, if I was like in the stand up state of mind where I feel like it's cool and good and okay to just say goofy shit to people whenever I want to. Like whenever I want, I just want to hold court and like seize people's attention and hold it. And the reason for that is like, uh, it's it's not even, I don't know. For starters, just like you're in that state of mind, anyways. But second, it's just a practice. It's just a practice thing. Um, and I think that that's great. I think that's good for like for pickup. Stand up is better pickup than pickup is. So, but and yeah, I woke up this morning sort of just like, okay, I'm too fucked. Like I'm too fucking fucked. I'm in a state of mind where I need to like go harass people. I need to go out and like just anybody I see, just go start talking to them, and just don't just like if they don't want to talk to me, just move on and talk to the next person. Because I'm just like desperately like lonely, desperately panicking out of loneliness. Like I just can't see that I will have anybody in my life ever going forward in the future. Every conversation I have with people makes me nervous. I feel like they're gonna at any time they're gonna stop talking to me and never talk to me again. I feel like everybody hates me, and maybe they do. But the thing is, like, even if you're in that state where everybody hates you, like if you're doing something wrong, you're rubbing people the wrong way or something like that, like if you just start going and talking to as many people as you possibly can, you'll get past it and you'll like get better. Whatever it is that you're doing wrong, you'll figure it out. Uh, just on of like trial and error. I mean, I've been there before. I've been there many times before. I don't know. This is just, it's something, this is part of the stages, one of the stages of not being on drugs, to be honest. And because the thing is for drugs, like when you get to the state, I would probably just get some drugs and then I would like spend 4 or 5 days just not wanting to talk to anybody, even though I was originally in like a desperate panicky state. Like the drugs I'm not. And then every so often you spend like 2 or 3 days awake with other drug addicts, just hanging out with drug addicts. So then you get like if your full fill of like socialization with them. But when you're sober, like for me, this happens. There's long periods of time where I don't want to talk to anybody, but at the end of that period of time, I'm fucked. Like I need to talk to people, and like I don't know how anymore. I like lost my social skills, and I haven't like developed. I've like rubbed people the wrong way or failed to develop any relationships with people, and it just ends up. It just gets really into a really bad spot. Right now, like tonight, where just literally every second, I'm not okay. I'm just not okay, and I don't know what to do. But anyways, so yeah, but I was looking into the stand and I realized like it would almost be stupid of me not to do stand up in Taiwan. And the thing is like even though Hualien is small and the scene is in Taipei for sure. But and I don't have to stay. I might not even stay. I might leave here in a week. But because it's a tourist town, you know, it's sort of like one of my thoughts, like, oh, like pick up where you left off with comedy in the US, which was that I wasn't so much focused on writing jokes or being a comedian or whatever. I was booking shows or trying to book shows. And I could just jump back in there. But also I could set up an open mic in Hualien and just run a weekly open mic and make a list of comedians and keep track of which comedians have some funny jokes and put together shows and sell it to venues. We could even probably perform at the night market. Or we could practice at the night market at least. Uh, and hey, I could tell some jokes here and there, tell some jokes in Chinese for reals, it'd be fun. It could be fun, and it's a great way to, you know, meet people and talk to people and blah blah blah. So, oh shit, there's somebody watching. That's not good. Whoever you are, this is not going to be entertaining or fun for anybody. But and I don't have the chat on, so normally I would say something in chat so I know who you are, or if you're a random stranger or friend or family. But I turned the chat off, so can't even do that. Anyways, so I was in the middle of trying to decide whether I should become a Mormon or a Buddhist or start doing stand-up comedy again. So, but anyway, so I'm like just literally like in a panic attack, like a permanent panic attack. And it's because I have been like socially isolating myself for so long because I want to get like work done, and nobody understands what the fuck I do, and so I can't really. But now I'm in a state where like I've been isolated so long, I'm like panicking for socializing. But then if I socialize at all, I start panicking that I'm not getting any work done. So like no matter what I do, I'm just fucked. That is the state that I'm at. Now, what I was gonna do here. Oh, I lost my fucking person here. Uh, yeah, see, this is the thing. I'm like, if I start trying to do something productive, and then I started to panic. Like just now, I just started panicking, and I was like, I can't do this. Like I can't afford to like put my focus on doing something. Like I need to socialize. But then if I socialize, I start to panic because I'm not getting any work done. So I can't not panic. I can't there's no way to not be fucking panicking. Here it is. So this is I mean, first of all, the fact that it took so long for it to pop up on maps is not a good sign. But this is the place that I was talking about. 4.6 stars, 162 reviews.
哦，也差不多了。
对对对，差不多。
爸爸妈妈轻松了。
算是。
对，下去等你们。
And I have, I bought so much junk food in desperate attempts to stave off I thought if all else fails, I can try to eat myself into a coma and fall asleep tonight. This jackfruit is good though. It is good, but I don't know if it's gonna. See what I'm saying? It looks like a house. I think the owner lady that I was talking about was actually absolutely lovely in every single way. I mean, it's like really close to the mountain and the river, and there's nothing else out there. It's like surrounded mostly by fields. So like, honestly, it's such a. And she probably should run a bed and breakfast there. I don't know if she does or not. There's a lot you can do with that. All right. Anyways. Oh shit. Let's see the latest reviews. Kyle Vasquez, 2 years ago. So the thing is, like, everybody has line, and I can't set up a line account. I can't set up a line account, and that's just killing me. It is destroying me because I don't know. I need to know what they have on their line in the first place. And basically, what it comes down to is that I need a Taiwanese phone number. But the reason basically the reason I said that was because, like, so the point is to make a graph. That's what I did all day, was that I spent the whole day being like, okay, and that's how I ended the last live stream. I said, I need to make graphs. Let's see what these ones are like. I'm not hungry at all, by the way. Zero. Like, I had the giant thing of Hot Pot that she gifted me. I purely am eating out of attempts to not have emotional distress. How many? This is packaged and then repackaged and then repackaged. Like, what the hell? But is this edible? Dude, this packaging better be edible because it is impossible to separate from the food. I seriously have no idea whether this is like rice paper that you're supposed to eat on the outside of it, or just like plastic that you're definitely not supposed to eat. Okay. Well, it definitely dissolves immediately. So it's probably rice paper. Oh, that's pretty good. I need some potato. Very sticky though. Anyway, so so the whole day I spent being like, okay, like the last live stream, I was like, I gotta make graphs. That was the whole point. I was like, I'm gonna make graphs. And then I woke up today like, let's make graphs. It's the one thing I'm gonna do today is make graphs. But every time I was just like, I can't fucking make a graph. I'm panicking. I can't make a graph, I just can't stop panicking long enough to do something useful. Now, for her business, let's just do it like this. The statue in the front of the dog is very cute. It is very cute. Oh. $156 ago. Fuyo. Oh yeah, I was gonna make a new YouTube channel that's only in Chinese. Really? Triple threat? Is that what it said in Chinese? Triple threat. No, it doesn't say triple threat in Chinese. Like, what the fuck? Oops. I was not sharing the graph. At least we made a graph. We made a graph. I should probably just go with it. Like, fuck it. Just go with it. Go with any fucking thing. Just go with anything. Don't worry about it. What the fuck was that? Okay, it might be because I'm binge eating chocolate, but I'm sleeping. But also, just the tiniest inkling of like optimism about this. I feel like I can make an entry and then show it to her. And I mean, regardless of whether or not I show it to her or whether she likes it or not, the point is I can do that for like every business I go to. The fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with ChatGPT? Terrible. Terrible. I'm going to actually use this graph that you're giving me. Do you understand? I'm going to use it. So don't be putting example.com in there. All right? And on top of that, there was only one piece of like really vital information in the one I gave you, and that was the Facebook URL. And you omitted the Facebook URL. And just make sure that none of it is example stuff or like filler stuff. It's all 100% accurate. Thank you. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. And binge eating and baby steps, and talking to yourself. I don't care how ridiculous this is. I don't care about anything. I just need to keep making graphs and putting the graphs into directories. As long as I keep doing that, it doesn't matter how bad the graphs are. It doesn't matter how fucked I am in the brain. It doesn't matter how fat I get. As long as I keep doing that one thing and I get better and better at doing that thing, it's like learning a language. This language is JSON LD. All right, let's try to. What the fuck's going on here? Hey, what the fuck's your problem, buddy? Ah. Jesus, that was rough. What am I doing? I seriously think I might run to 7-Eleven and just get like an energy drink and a coffee and more chocolate. I don't give a fuck. I do not give. I really, truly, I truly just don't give a fuck. And the reason I don't give a fuck is because it doesn't matter like how badly I do this. All that matters is that I start doing. Once I get past a certain threshold, then the motivation for doing this is going to be its own motivation. But I have to get to that threshold first. And honestly, I don't even know if this will end up being a good thing. I don't know if it'll end up working, but I think there'll be like a self-reinforcing mechanism where at least every time I go to any business, I will make a graph for them. And then after I make a graph, I'll want to show the owner of the business the graph as the video of me pulling up their graph through the directory. And then they'll be like, okay, I don't know why you showed me that. You're the weirdest fucking foreign weirdo that's ever come through these parts. But it'll still take like 20 cycles of that happening before I lose motivation. It gives me a reason to go talk to people without feeling like I'm wasting time. The difficult part is in terms of like panicking and stuff is like sometimes the problem is not enough caffeine, and sometimes the problem is not enough sleep, but sometimes sleep is the worst thing, and sometimes caffeine is the worst thing. Sometimes you just need a good night of sleep and then wake up and drink some caffeine. Other times I need to just get the fuck up and get out and like move around physically and be awake during the day, even if I want to sleep all day. And sometimes I drink some caffeine and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like convulse hanging, I can't sleep now and blah blah. And like other times I drink some caffeine, I'm like, oh, I feel great. I just needed a fucking cup of coffee apparently. Anyways, okay, so we got index, we got stream viewer. Piece of shit. What is happening here? What else do I need? This one. I might need this one. That's kind of a lot I might need. Oh yeah, and there's this date today file, which makes me realize that if I'm gonna be in Hualien and doing things in Hualien, then I should really have a thing where it can tell you about upcoming special events. Or even more important than upcoming special events is special events that are happening right now. I gotta say, almost every single business I go to, I talk with the owner. A lot of times the owner was the only one there. Just realizing how different that is than in the US, in Minneapolis. Where it was like this big fucking ordeal just to talk to the owner in the first place. Resource API call. It's probably all I need, to be honest. Let's just see if we have a UI. Are we working with a UI yet? We are. It's not actually connected to a vector database though. And it claims to be comedy. Man, that was good. That was good chocolate. Really need something to drink. Water. What the fuck am I doing? Wait a minute. Okay, this is weird. It's on the beach. There are no files in the database. Actually, in real reality, there are no files in the database. Oh, I'm getting sick now. I'm getting sick. Fuck. I don't know what's the problem. Well, damn. I already had a Huawei infected database. Well, I just used Pinion instead of. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. So I'm pretty determined to continue using Pinion forever. But at the same time, all right. I wonder what the fuck the problem is here. I really need some water or a drink or some sort. This is quite fascinating. Well, it's taking a long time. That's actually a good sign because it's something. Although, honestly, damn. Si I saw la playa. Normally, I would narrate, but I'm too mentally screwed to narrate. But I'm eating better. I am starting to feel better. I don't know if it's endless food consumption or that this is kind of making progress. See, I saw that liar. You know, it'd be good to make a graph and an entry for every night market stall, because it'd just be so easy to go from one to the next to the next to the next to the next to the next. And then you would have a chatbot that has comprehensive information about the night market stalls. Speaking of which, it's 11:30. God, it's too damn late for me. To go to the night market. The fuck are you talking about, Google? What is happening here? Oh, really? It's from schema.org. I didn't even realize that it was the same thing. What did I ask you, Google? What did I fucking ask you? All right, now I feel sick. I should have drank water. All right, I don't know if I can. I don't know. Honestly, what I was thinking was that I was gonna find something about Google menu schema that I could like listen to, and then I was gonna lie down and listen to it. Probably fall asleep. Whatever. Okay. Here we go. That includes a Facebook, whatever. Doesn't have a menu schema, or many of the other things that it could have, like an FAQ section based on the reviews. Information just added by me on the basis that I was there today and talked to the owner. The line, their line account. How do you access their line account? There's so much more, but this is it doesn't matter. Like the point is just keep making them. Just keep making them. And at this point, I do have the files that will sync the directory and the vector database, so I don't have to go do that manually. In theory, they're actually not set up properly yet, but and then I have was I going to say I'm in a food coma now? And I just don't have enough water. I'm thirsty. I'm just going to go to sleep too. Without drinking any water or brushing my teeth. I really don't care about anything. That felt good though. Just making a graph, even a shitty graph like this. The files that I have will sync directory and the vector database. And also, if I go in and I edit any aspect of the file, it will immediately sync to the vector database, which is the whole, the thing was before, it was like once you created the files, the only way to edit them would be to download them onto my computer and then manually sign into the backend and upload that file. And so if I did that one time and then I go and make another edit to that file, it's a huge pain in the ass. But right now, I can just go make as many edits to any of these files as I want, and it will automatically sync them, at least in theory. I have that set up for one of the directories, but not this one. But that's the other thing I'm working on, is like, just like, how do I make a lot of directories instead of just having the one or whatever, 100 directories. I don't know, man. It's like 2-3 weeks ago, I was saying, like, I'm going to make a directory of directories. And here I am. I'm doing it. I'm working on it. But it's like, it took longer than I would have liked. But at the same time, isn't that what it means to be consistent? Isn't that what it means to stick with one thing long enough to make it actually do something? I don't know. All I know is that if I just keep making directories, keep getting better at making directories, then everything's going to be okay. Even though it has been difficult it's been difficult. That's all. I'm done. Bye-bye.